like to share with you in this week's Parshas Shmois something very nice from the Rebbe's father, Rebbe Levi Yitzchok Zatzal. This week's Parsha we have the story Moshe Rabbeinu when he ran away from Paro's house. He came to the desert. He was a shepherd, and then the daughters of Yisro came home, and Yisro said, "Wow, you came home so early. What happened with all the pasturing and giving to drink all the cattle?" I said, "Oh, there was a Ish Mitzri, there was an Egyptian man, and he helped us. V'gam doloi dola lanu." And he also drew for us, he drew for us the water. Ask Rebbe Yitzchok, what's the double expression, doloi dola lanu? Chu said, V'gam dola lanu, he also drew water for us. What's the double expression? Everything in Torah is exact. I wish I had the time to go and explain this beautiful piece, an explanation from Rabbi Levi Yitzchok. There is a piece of Zohar that is brought down in our Parshas Shmois, concerning how Moshe Rabbeinu met his Kala, his Tzipora, by the Be'er Mayim, by the well of water. And there's also similar Zohar brought down in Parshas Vayetze about Yaakov meeting his Kala Rachel at the Be'er Mayim, also at the well. Now, if you look at the wording, the Zohar, it looks very similar in the words of what's Parshas Vayetze and Parshas Shmois. And it's actually these Meforshim that you look who translate the Zohar in Lashon Kodesh, they really make one big cholent out of it. It's all the same, one big drash. But comes Rebbe Levi Yitzchok, and he asks maybe 25 diyukim, look good in the words of the Zohar of Parshas Vayetze and Parshas Shmois, and you'll see it's talking about two different things. And one question after another, he's medayik, unbelievable. For example, in our Parsha, it uses the words Kirivu Ushma, come closer and listen to this drash. In Parshas Vayetze, it just says the word Shimu, come listen, but doesn't say Kirivu, come close. Many other diyuk. Explains in a nutshell Rabbi Levi Yitzchok that the Zohar says over there, Sayin Parshas Vayetze and Sayin Parshas Shmois, that the Torah has a deeper meaning to the whole story of a meeting at the Be'er, at the well. A well is a source of water, gives a person life. Just like it's so bergashmius, also it is beruchnis. Yaakov's job is to give water, sustenance to Bnei Yisrael. Its meaning is he gives us Torah. He teaches us part of the Torah, as I'll soon explain. Moshe Rabbeinu, of course, he draws water and he also gives us Torah. We once spoke what it says in the Posuk, in Parshas Hazinu. It says, Torah tzivelonu Moshe, Meirosha Kehilas Yaakov. There's a level of Torah that comes from Moshe, and there's also, mentions also Yaakov. Explains Rabbi Levi Yitzchok something very beautiful. In Torah, there are two levels. We find in Chumash that Yaakov is called the Koton. Every word is exact. Rivka says, "Oh, my son Yaakov, the smaller one, Koton." By Moshe, this week's Parsha, it uses the word Vayigdal. He became big. In Parshas Boy, it says that Moshe Rabbeinu became big, Godol, Beinei Paroi, in the eyes of Paroi, Beinei Avodav. Brings down from the Rebbe's father, from the Arizal. We find also a posuk in Tehillim. In Perek Ayin Ches posuk Hey, it says, Vayokom Eidos b'Yisrael, v'tsoida sham b'Yisrael. There are two levels, explains Rabbi Levi, explains the Arizal. There is the level of Torah, which is Yaakov, And that needs vayokom. You have to elevate it. You have to pick it up. And then there's a level of Torah which is Yisrael. The Soyda Sham Yisrael. The simple explanation is as explains all over in Chassidus. Yaakov comes from the word the heel. Yisrael comes from the word liroish, the mind. In Torah, there are two levels. You have what's called nigla de Torah, the revealed part of Torah, which is also in Kabbalistic language called achrayim de chokhmah, the hinder part of the wisdom of Hashem. Why? Because it's enclosed in physical objects. You're talking about agriculture, you're talking about arguments between people, damages, marriages, divorce, God forbid, pure, impurity, all physical objects and corporal, gashmistic things. And in that part of Torah, where you're so involved in the physical image of what's going on, you don't see so much. You could get lost and miss out the spirit, the ruchnius, the godliness that's behind it, the divinity that's in it. On the other hand, when a person learns Chassidus, over there, the Torah, so to say, is removed from its outer garments, and you get into the esoteric part of Torah, the deeper meaning of Torah. And that's the difference between Yaakov and Yisrael. Also, same difference between the Torah that Yaakov gave us and the Torah that Moshe gave us. Which means a person can learn Torah on the level of Yaakov, which is the heel. So he's involved in Torah how it's in the practical sense, which is more nigla the Torah, halacha. But then there is Moshe, which is called P'nez Das, like the Rebbe says in Tani Perek Mem Beis. He gave us the true knowledge and wisdom of Hashem. And that's also affecting the mind, the inner part of a person. The Chabad, that is the esoteric part of Torah. We truly get the wisdom of Hashem, the Taimei mitzvahs, the reason of all the mitzvahs. Not just how you practically do something, but also what's behind everything, what's the reason, and the depth, the spiritual source of all the mitzvahs. And in general about Hashem. And now you'll understand what the Zohar says. There is a level of Yaakov drawing water, which is Rachel, which goes on Nigel the Torah. And then there's the higher level of Torah, which Moshe Rabbeinu also gave us, which is the Pnimis HaTorah, the Pnimis of Chokhmah, of the wisdom of Hashem, and that is referring to the marriage of him and Sephora by the air of this week's Parsha. And that's why difference over there, it's just a shimu listen. When you listen to something, it's still different. It could still be far from you. But in this week's Parsha says, Kirivu Shma, come closer, because only through Chassidus can a person become close to Hashem in a very intimate, true way. And now this is what the Rebbe Levi explains, that Doloi Dolo, the double expression of drawing the water is referring to Moshe Rabbeinu when he came down Matan Torah. He gave us both the Halacha Torah, which is the level of Yaakov, but also another drawing. He gave us also the Torah of Torah Chasidus. And that started then. Everything was given Matan Torah. You could look up in all these beautiful explanations how word by word, 25 questions Rabbi Yitzchok asks. I bring it down now in the Yalkut Levi Yitzchok and Parshas Shmois. You can look it up. This beautiful, beautiful explanation.